Recording in progress. Sorry, everybody. I was having a little bit trouble connecting. Thank you for waiting for me. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. And just to kind of give you a heads up, the reason we didn't meet on Tuesday was because I had a meeting to go to in Baton Rouge, but also because our class is going to be extremely short today. I can cover everything we need to do in about 15-20 minutes, provided, you know, well, considering your questions that you might have. But so we'll be very brief today, but when this recording is done, I will make it available in the announcements, okay? So I'm gonna go into the weekly overviews. And here we are, week 4, density. So this property density is something that we dealt with in lecture class. And it's a fairly important property because it allows us to identify materials. And so not only that, it's a good example of a derived property, which is something that we also have dealt with in our lecture class, the idea of a derived property. So, you know, I try to give things in lab that relate to the things you see in lecture. And so hopefully working through this particular experiment and post lab and lab report will help you to have a better understanding of that derived property, which is very important, you know, for our physical our understanding of our physical environment, because it's one of the ways we categorize materials in our environment. Okay, so in this particular overview, you can see that you're going to be looking at, you know, the various factors that are relevant for density. You're going to be using the density formula. Of course, anytime you're dealing with a measured property, units are important. And then, you know, you'll be investigating density a bit deeper in terms of different materials. All right. So any questions on what this experiment focuses on? Okay. All right. So we'll get into the activities. Just remember that your items are due by this Saturday, the 12th at 11:59 p.m. And to help you, there are some practice problems and videos relating to density. Those of you who had me for lecture, you have a nice set of notes and practice problems dealing with density that you could go back and rely on. So utilize whatever it is you need. And then I would tell students, you know, if you ever want to really get your hands on some good things for this course, check out useful links. And then, of course, if you're in lecture, you have access to some additional resources. All right. So any questions on any of that, the objectives or the tools you have available? All right. So let's take a look at this experiment. All right. So this is the experiment handout. Whenever you're looking at the experiment handout, you can consider that a set of instructions that you have to follow. Okay. So this is a guide to you on what to do. That's what I put in the experiment handouts. And sometimes after you do the experiment, I have you write a full lab report, and then you'll see in this instance, you know, what it is you have to turn in. Okay. So, but you know, the experiment handout is meant to guide you. So if you're not looking at it, because I still have students who click from the home page, they click on the thing on the to-do list that says lab report, and then they're confused about, well, I see a lab report, but where's the experiment stuff? The weekly overviews. I keep harping on that, weekly overviews. Okay. All right. So again, you see the various objectives related to this particular experiment. So it tells you go to this simulator. So all you have to do is click the link. Come on, open up here. This always takes a minute. All right. There you go. Still processing. It's a little bit slow right now. There we go. It's trying to come up. I don't know what's going on with the network, why it's going so slow. But this is the website that you're going to use. That's the simulator. Okay. So you go to the website. There's the simulator. And you see you have various tabs. The theory, background, procedure, animation. Yeah, it's taking a little bit. That's probably what's there. Animation. They got a video out here, so on and so forth. You see, you have those various tabs that you can click on. Okay. Any questions about the simulator website? Okay. So now once you go out to that website, it tells you here, review the following information at 1, theory. There we go, theory. 2, procedure. 3, animation. You get it, right? Walk through those items. 4, video. So you go through those 4 things. Okay. And then once you go through those 4 things, it tells you what? Complete the simulation. Where's that at? Simulation. Okay. And you see in the simulator, you can choose different types of materials and so on and so forth. And basically, you pick a material. Yeah, put it in there, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, or you double click on it, right? Okay. And then once you do that, the spring balance. Let's see where that's at. Let me reset that. Oh, okay, from the spring balance. But the procedure tells you exactly how to manipulate the simulator and get the various readings. Okay, so I would have to go back and read the procedure and do all of that, but you can follow along with this and complete the simulation using the information in the procedure. All right. Okay, and I can't have both of them like open at the same time, so I would have to, you know, kind of like print this out or something. Or if I didn't want to print it out, you might be able to trick it by, let's see, if I new tab to the right. Oh no, not new tab, but let me open it again. I'm gonna trick it by going like opening a new tab. So see, I got it running twice. And one screen, I got the procedure going. The other screen, I got the simulator going. Okay, so I can just click back and forth between the two. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Okay, but I'll let you work that out however you want to get to the simulation. You see, and in the procedure, notice that it talks about what you would do if you were in a real lab versus what you would do with the simulator. Okay, obviously you're following the simulator. Okay, because I did in one particular class have a student reach out to me and say, well, you know, it says I have to have these items, and I'm like, no, you're in an online class, so follow the simulator. Okay. All right. So once you have done the simulation, it tells you answer the Viva Voice questions. So if you go back up here, Viva Voice. Okay. So after you've done the simulate, done all of these things, the simulator, answer these Viva Voice questions, print the page showing your answers. So for example, these are Viva Voice. So let's say I check that one. I don't have any idea if they're correct or not, but I'm just checking, right? You got a series of questions. Now, I don't tell you to submit, print the page. So once you've keyed in your answers, go up to the top, and it depends on your computer how you print the page. But I just right click on the dots, print, and save it to a PDF. So basically what you're doing is, you know, capturing the screen by printing the screen to a PDF. All right. So that's what I show you in the experiment handout. You see what I did right here? I screenshotted it, all my answers keyed in, and then I did print and see I circle, save as a PDF. Okay. Once you save it as a PDF, okay, then you, oh, sorry. Once you save it as a PDF, then you email me the PDF. Okay. That's what it tells you on the next page. Email the printout to me. Oh, I gave y'all. It doesn't matter if you mail it to me there, I get it anyway, right? So email me your printout, and then it tells you there are additional supports under resources. So if you look under here, there's resources. All right. And then ignore the feedback tab. So you don't need to use that. Okay. That's basically it. What questions do you have of me? Pretty straightforward. Go out to the website, follow the tab, the instructions in the experiment handout. And when you finish, answer the Viva Voice question. So you see there's no lab report to write. Okay, you're just gonna turn in those Viva Voice questions. The other thing you have on your plate, of course, you know, you have a post lab. See, because it tells you in this handout right here. Turn in the handout, no handout, no lab report. Okay, and then post lab. So again, you have some questions about density, you answer them, and then you respond thoroughly in an engaging way to 2 of your classmates. Any questions? So I think I was true, and 20 minutes, we are done. If you have questions while you're working this weekend, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will post this recording. I'm going to slow down and post all my recordings tomorrow because I got to get everything captioned. So with that, if you don't have any questions, you're free to go. If you have a question and you need me to clarify, please hang around.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So that experiment, that's due this Saturday, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Trevor, do you have a question for me?